Chloe, honestly, do you think my luck is that bad? Like, there's no way the first guy I let hit it raw is a carrier. Right? Do I seriously need to go buy those intense meds? Donna's voice floated through the humid dorm air, whiny and punctuated by the smell of cheap perfume. The girl who, just moments ago in my memory, was dragging me into an abyss of death, was now standing right in front of me checking her makeup. In the mirror, my back was instantly drenched in cold sweat. My heart started hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. The thumping so loud, I thought my chest might explode. It hit me like a freight train. I was back. I had been reborn. I was back to the morning after Donna had linked up with some less TikTok influencer she was obsessed with. She was totally captivated by his filtered ABS and verified checkmark. She even paid for the hotel room herself just to get a taste of that clout. When she walked in this morning, she was glowing, practically radiating smugness. She gave us a graphic play-by-play of how hot the guy Kyle was, bragging about his skills and claiming he wanted to make things official. In my past life, I warned her. I told her not to be blinded by a pretty face. She had glared at me, then snapping, "Chloe, can't you just be happy for me? You're such a hater." So I shut up, but that afternoon she cornered me, gripping my hand with clammy fingers, looking like a lost puppy. "Chloe, what do I do? It kind of burns down there, like a lot in the last timeline." Seeing her panic made me panic. I actually cared. I called my auntie, who's a nurse practitioner, and she immediately recommended PEEP post-exposure prophylaxis. Block any potential HIV infection at first. Donna thought she could gamble with her life. It took me begging her to finally go buy the meds. She hugged my arm, flashing that fake sweet smile. "Thank God, I have you, Chloe. I would have freaked out alone." Yeah, right. That same girl who acted like my sister turned into a demon. The moment she tested positive, she blamed everything on me. Donna refused to believe her precious influencer boyfriend subverted her meds or gave her the bug. Instead, she concocted this insane story that I brought the virus back from a water park trip and gave it to her. I can still see her trembling finger pointing at me, her face twisted in rage. "Chloe, I told you not to go to that trashy water park. You had to go be a slut. Now look, you gave it to me. My life is over because of you. Who's gonna want me now?" It didn't matter that I showed her my clean health panels or explained how biology works. She was delusional. She even brainwashed our other two roommates, Jess and Lily, turning them into her little minions to trap me this time. Hell no, I'm not stepping into that trap. I'm going to watch her self-destruct in 4K. Resolution. I forced a confused smile onto my face. "Donna, honestly, I wouldn't know. I'm practically a virgin. Compared to you, maybe ask someone with more experience." Donna blinked, stunned. "What do you mean you're not going to help me figure this out?" She glared at me, her entitlement showing. "Did you forget that when the other girls were icing you out, I was the one who stood by you? Stood by me? You mean the class VP who scammed students into signing up for credit cards to get kickbacks? And the spineless follower who did whatever was popular? Being isolated by them was a badge of honor." I put on my best innocent wide-eyed look. "I'm just scared I'll give you bad advice. It's your body, babe. You know it best." Donna frowned, then a blush crept up her neck. A smirk appeared. "You know, maybe it's just because he was so big he was aggressive. I probably just can't handle a real man." Yet I smiled sweetly. "Wow, you found such a beast of a man. You're so lucky. Yeah, hold on to that good man tight, honey. Let him drag you all the way down to hell." After class, I grabbed my books and tried to bolt, but Donna stood in the doorway blocking me. "Chloe, come with me to CVS. I need to get some cream or something." She looked around nervously, then whispered in my ear, "Kid's itching like crazy. I can't stand it." I raised my voice loud enough for the guys in the hallway to hear. Whoa, it got worse. "Donna, we should go to the hospital. You don't want an infection to rot off, do you?" Donna's face turned crimson. "Chloe, shut the hell up. Do you want the whole campus to know?" I shrugged, feigning ignorance. "Chill, everyone here is cool. Besides, didn't you say it was just a friction burn from him being too big?" Actually, I continued, grabbing her arm and pulling her toward the exit. "Let's go to the campus health center. It's free for students." And right there, Donna turned pale. She ripped her arm away from my grip, like I burned her. "Are you psycho? The nurses there have seen everything," I said, putting on my concerned mom voice. "They can take one look and tell you exactly what kind of funky stuff is going on." Donna stumbled backward. "I don't need your help." She turned and ran. I knew she wouldn't go. She's crafted this image of being a pure, wholesome girl for her social media. In reality, she was hooking up with thugs in middle school and juggling 5 guys at once in high school. Legend has it one guy even OD'd over her. She's had multiple abortions, battle scars she desperately tries to hide, because her college goal is to bag a rich husband. She told me all of this on her deathbed in the last life, spitting the secrets at me like venom. I checked the time. The 72-hour window for pet meds was ticking away. Tonight that window closes after that god himself can't save her. The resident advisor RA wouldn't let me switch rooms without a valid reason. And off-campus housing was blocked for freshmen. But I value my life more than rules. A few days later, a biometric lock I ordered for my drawer arrived. I checked the campus housing forums. But no one had an open bed. Donna was getting more irritable by the day. While she was out, I started packing up my personal stuff, locking everything down. While organizing my closet, I realized something. A lot of my lingerie and panties were missing. I buy expensive stuff, Victoria's Secret niche brands. Sometimes I couldn't find a pair, bought new ones, and then the old ones would magically reappear in my drawer a week later. A realization exploded in my brain. I yanked open Donna's wardrobe. I dug through her messy pile of clothes and bingo. There were my panties balled up in the corner. She was stealing my underwear, wearing it, and then putting it back. A wave of nausea hit me so hard my knees buckled. I ran to the bathroom and dry heaved over the toilet. No wonder she blamed me for giving her HIV in the last life. She probably thought she caught it from wearing my underwear. Or maybe she legit convinced herself my clean health report was photoshopped. I ground my teeth together. I wanted to drag her out of class and beat her, but logic took over. First priority, my health. I immediately booked a full STD panel at a private clinic just to be safe. Then, I went to the anonymous campus message board and posted, willing to pay double for a sublet or dorm swap emergency. Need to escape toxic hazard. Donna was pissed that I've been giving her the cold shoulder. She was used to me being her sidekick to punish me. She started sucking up to Jess and Lily, the other two roommates. Never I walked in, Donna would loudly proclaim, OMG. I just sent the funniest TikTok to the group chat. You guys have to see it, or there's this new sushi spot 5 stars, we have to go this weekend. Obviously, I wasn't in their new group chat, lol. Like, I care. I enjoyed the silence. I just needed to find a place and bounce. Her misery was just beginning. Seeing I didn't react, Donna upped to the ante, babes. Kyle is hosting a pre-game. He invited his influencer friends. Legit certified baddies and rich guys were all going this weekend. Young girls are stupid for clout, Jess and Lily agreed. Instantly, eyes wide. Donna glanced at me reading on my iPad and sneered. Some people just don't have the vibe. Don't say I didn't invite you when we're popping bottles, please. A guy who trades life-saving meds for candy and sleeps around like a stray dog. His friends are probably walking petri dishes. 2, if they want to jump into the biohazard zone. I'm not stopping them by 9 p.m. Donna's Instagram stories were flooding my feed. The 3 of them were sandwiched between guys who looked greasy and way too old to be hanging around college freshmen. The men looked at them with hungry, predatory eyes. The girls looked proud. Jess posted a dozen selfies with some SoundCloud rapper lookalike, cheeks pressed. Together, Lily looked a bit awkward in the background, nursing a red Solo cup. Soon Donna started FaceTime bombing me. I declined. She called again, and again. Finally I answered. The bass from the club speakers distorted the audio immediately. Donna spun the camera around, showing off the VIP table. It is Chloe. Jealous, yet she smirked, slurring her words. I'm generous, though, come through. I realize there's a guy here perfect for you. Jess and Lily can't even get near him. I saved him for you, she winked. It was clearly a trap, actually. I said, my voice flat. The RA just did rounds. She noticed you guys are gone. She said if you aren't back by curfew, it's a write-up on your permanent record. Donna's face twisted. Chloe. You bitch, why didn't you cover for us? We're supposed to be sisters. Covering for you isn't my job. Getting written up isn't my problem. Before she could scream more, a hand snatched the phone. It was Kyle. He looked at me through the screen with dead, druggy eyes. You're the roommate, damn. You're mid-my. Boys wouldn't touch you anyway. Ierd Donna squeal. Followed by the static crackle of the phone hitting the floor. I smirked. Some people just beg for their own destruction. I hit stop recording on my screen capture. Evidence secured. If anything happens to them tonight, it's not on me. The door to our dorm room didn't open until 4:13 a.m. It didn't open so much as it collided with the wall, the sound sharp enough to crack the heavy silence of the hallway. I was already awake, lying still in the dark, breathing steadily. I'd learned in my last life that feigning sleep was the best armor. Donna stumbled in first. She wasn't glowing anymore. The baddie aesthetic she had curated for Instagram 4 hours ago had disintegrated. Her hair was matted at the back, one strap of her dress was torn, and she was holding her heels in her hands. She smelled like stale vodka, sweat, and that distinct, metallic scent of regret. Jess and Lily followed, looking less like hype girls and more like accident victims. Lily was crying softly, hiccuping, while Jess looked shell-shocked, her makeup smeared across her cheek like a bruise. Shut up, Lily, Donna hissed, though her voice lacked its usual venom. It sounded raw. Just shut up. He said he'd text tomorrow. It's fine. He kicked us out, Donna, Lily sobbed, collapsing onto her bed. After you went into the bedroom with him, his friends got weird. They started grabbing us. And then Kyle came out and said the party was over and literally pushed us into the Uber. He was just tired, Donna snapped, stripping off her dress and tossing it onto the floor. He's an influencer, he has a brand meeting in the morning. You guys are just being dramatic. I lay there, staring at the bottom of the top bunk, listening to the delusion knit itself back together. It was terrifying how quickly she rewrote reality. Even now, with the evidence of a disastrous night clinging to her skin, she was mentally editing the footage, applying a filter over the trauma. I didn't say a word. I just clutched my phone under my pillow, the recording of Kyle calling me mid and untouchable safely backed up to the cloud. The next morning, the room felt like a mausoleum. The air was thick with the smell of unwashed bodies and shame. I moved silently, packing the last of my essentials into my backpack. My go bag. Donna woke up around noon. She sat up, groaning, clutching her head. When she saw me sitting at my desk, applying mascara, she flinched. You're loud, she muttered. I haven't said a word. I replied evenly. She swung her legs over the side of the bed. I noticed fresh bruises on her thighs, fingerprint marks, dark and angry against her pale skin. My stomach churned, a phantom echo of sympathy trying to rise, but I strangled it. She had chosen this. She had paid for the hotel room. She had mocked me. Kyle hasn't texted, she said, checking her phone. The screen was cracked. Maybe he's busy with that brand meeting, I said, my voice dripping with sugary sarcasm. She narrowed her eyes at me. You're happy, aren't you? That we had a rough night? Donna, I literally do not care about your night. I care about the fact that you're wearing my underwear. The room went dead silent. Jess, who was pretending to sleep, stopped breathing. Donna looked down. The waistband of my vintage silk lace panties was peeking out above her pajama shorts. She turned a violent shade of red, then immediately pivoted to anger. Oh my God, you are so petty. I ran out of laundry. We're roommates, we share things. It's just panties, Chloe. You act like I stole your kidney. Take them off, I said. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just stared at her. Take them off, put them in a trash bag, and give me $10 for them. Because I'm not wearing them again. You think you're so much better than me, she spat, marching toward the bathroom. Just because you're a prude who can't get a guy. No, I called after her. I think I'm better than you, because I don't steal dirty laundry and like guys treat me like a disposable napkin. She slammed the bathroom door. That afternoon, I got the email. My anonymous plea on the housing forum had been answered. A senior girl in the arts dormitory needed to sublet her space immediately because she was dropping out to go to rehab. It was a single room. It was expensive. It was perfect. I transferred the deposit within 30 seconds. Moving out was a military operation. I waited until Tuesday, when Donna had her introduction to media lab and the minions were at the gym. I had enlisted the help of 2 guys from the rugby team, friends of a friend I'd helped with a chemistry final in the previous timeline. I knew they were good guys. I paid them in pizza and the promise of tutoring. Everything? One of them asked, looking at my side of the room. Everything, I said. Whatever is left behind, I don't want it. We stripped the bed, cleared the desk, and emptied the closet. When I got to the biometric lockbox, I opened it. Inside were my clean health panels, my passport, and my jewelry. I put them in my purse. I left a note on my bare mattress.
Donna.
I've moved out. The RA knows. Don't try to find me. Also, I know you stole my silk set, the blue one.
Keep it.
Consider it a parting gift. You're going to need all the comfort you can get. Chloe. I was gone before 3 p.m. The new room was small, smelling of turpentine and dried lavender, but it had a heavy deadbolt on the door. For the first time in 2 lifetimes, I slept without one eye open. 2 weeks passed in relative silence. I blocked Donna, Jess, and Lily on everything. But you can't block real life. The campus was small. Rumors traveled faster than viruses. I heard it in the library first. 2 girls from Donna's dorm were whispering near the printers. Heard she hasn't been to class in 4 days. Yeah, apparently she thinks she is mono. She's got these huge, swollen glands in her neck. And a rash. My hand paused over my keyboard. Seroconversion illness. The acute HIV infection stage. Flu-like symptoms, fever, rash, sore throat. It hits hard and fast, usually 2 to 4 weeks after exposure. Right on schedule. In the last timeline, this was when she came to me crying. She thought it was just a bad flu. I nursed her. I brought her soup. I wiped her forehead with cool cloths. That was when she gave it to me, not through sex, but through a shared razor she used to shave her legs when I wasn't looking, leaving microscopic blood on the blade I used the next morning. I shuddered, closing my laptop. Not this time. I avoided the dining hall, preferring to cook on a hot plate in my room, but I had to go to the registrar's office to finalize my major declaration. As I walked across the quad, the autumn wind biting at my cheeks, I saw them. The three musketeers, down to two. Jess and Lily were supporting a figure between them. Donna looked gray. That was the only word for it. Her skin, usually heavily bronzed with fake tan, looked ashy and sickly. She was wearing oversized sunglasses and a hoodie, shivering despite the mild chill. They saw me. Jess whispered something to Donna, and Donna's head snapped up. Even from 20 yards away, I felt the malevolence. They changed course, intercepting me near the fountain.
Donna croaked. Her voice was wrecked.
You bitch. I stopped, keeping a safe distance. You look terrible, Donna. Maybe you should go to the health center. Oh wait, you're too famous for that, right? You left me, she wheezed, pulling away from Jess to stand on her own, swaying slightly. You moved out without telling me. The RA wrote me up for the room, being a mess. That sounds like a you problem. I'm sick, Chloe, she said, her voice cracking, shifting from anger to that manipulative whine I knew so well. I'm really sick. Kyle, he won't answer my DMs. I think he gave me something. I told you to get on PEP, I said coldly. I gave you the window. 72 hours. You laughed at me. You went to a party instead. It's not my fault, she screamed, drawing the attention of students passing by. He said he was clean. He showed me papers.
Photoshop exists, Donna.
And so do liars. She took a step toward me, her hand reaching out. I need money. The clinic, the private one, it's expensive. My parents will kill me if they see the insurance claim. You have money saved up from your internship. Loan me $500. I laughed. I actually laughed out loud. You steal my underwear, call me a slut, let your boyfriend call me mid and trash, and now you want me to fund your medical crisis? Go, ask Kyle. He blocked me, she shrieked. Tears were streaming down her face now, mixing with the sweat on her upper lip. He posted a story with some other girl in Miami yesterday. He doesn't care. And neither do I. I turned to walk away. If you walk away, Donna yelled, her voice dropping an octave, becoming guttural, I'll tell everyone the truth. I'll tell them you were the one hooking up with him. I'll tell them you brought the virus into the room. I stopped. I turned back slowly. The audacity was breathtaking. She was pulling the script from the last timeline early. Go ahead, I said softly. Try it. Donna was desperate, and desperate people are dangerous. 3 days later, I was called into the Dean of Student Life's office. I walked in to find Donna sitting there looking like a Victorian orphan. She was wrapped in a blanket, shivering theatrically. Jess and Lily were flanking her like grim bodyguards. Dean Miller, a stern woman who looked like she hadn't smiled since 1995, gestured for me to sit. Chloe, we have a serious situation here, Dean Miller said, adjusting her glasses. Donna has come forward with some distressing allegations regarding hygiene, safety, and harassment.
Donna sniffled loudly.
She was sleeping around, Donna whispered, looking at the floor. She went to that water park over break. The one known for stuff. She came back, and she was using my razor, my towels. Now I tested positive for. She broke down into jagged sobs. Jess patted her back. It's okay, Donna. You're brave. Dean Miller looked at me. Donna has provided a positive result for HIV. She claims you are the only potential vector, given her claim of celibacy prior to this semester. I stared at Donna. The lie was so bold, so easily disprovable, yet she committed to it with the acting skills of a sociopath. She was banking on the stigma. She was banking on me panicking. She gave it to me, Donna wailed. And then she moved out because she knew. She fled the scene. Dean Miller sighed. Chloe, these are grounds for expulsion if you knowingly endangered a student. We need you to submit to a health panel. I reached into my bag. I expected this, I said, my voice steady. I pulled out a thick manila folder. What is this? The dean asked. Exhibit A, I said, sliding a paper across the desk. My full STD panel, dated 3 days after I moved out, and one from the beginning of the semester. Both negative. Clean as a whistle. Including HIV RNA testing, which detects the virus days after exposure. I am negative, Dean Miller.
Donna stopped crying.
The room went silent. Exhibit B, I continued, sliding an iPad across the desk. A screen recording of Donna's Instagram live from 2 weeks ago, where she brags about, and I quote, letting Kyle hit it raw because he's a king. Also, here is a recording of Kyle at the party, stating he wouldn't touch me. I pressed play. Kyle's voice, tinny and arrogant, filled the office. You're the roommate? Damn, you're mid. My boys wouldn't touch you anyway. Donna's face went from pale to purple. And finally, I said, sliding a Ziploc bag onto the desk. Inside was the pair of blue lace panties I had retrieved from Donna's laundry pile before I left, the ones I told her to keep. Donna has a habit of stealing my underwear, I said, looking directly at the dean, whose jaw was now slightly unhinged. She claimed I used her razor?
No.
She steals my intimate apparel. If there was any cross-contamination, which there isn't because I am negative, it would be from her theft, not my negligence. I leaned back in the chair. I moved out because she is a thief, a liar, and engages in high-risk behavior that I did not want to be associated with. I advised her to get PEP. She refused. She chose this. Dean Miller looked at the papers. She looked at the video. She looked at the panties in the bag. Then she looked at Donna. Donna, the dean said, her voice ice cold. Is this true? She faked those papers. Donna screamed, jumping up. She's a witch. She's lying. These are certified from the city hospital, I said. You can call them right now. Donna looked at Jess and Lily for backup. Jess looked at the floor. Lily bit her lip and took a half step away from Donna. They saw the ship sinking. They weren't going down with it. I think we're done here, Dean Miller said. Chloe, you are free to go. I apologize for the distress. Donna, you stay. We need to discuss the student code of conduct regarding false accusations and theft. I stood up. I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just looked at Donna one last time. Get help, Donna, I said. Medical and psychiatric. The fallout was nuclear. Donna wasn't expelled, but she was suspended for a semester for code of conduct violations, a polite way of saying she tried to frame a student for felony. But the social court was far harsher. I didn't leak the info. I didn't have to. The walls have ears, and Jess and Lily had mouths. Within 48 hours, the entire freshman class knew that Donna had tried to pin her diagnosis on her roommate after contracting it from a TikTok influencer. Kyle, the king, got wind of the drama. To save his own reputation, he posted a video claiming Donna was a crazy stalker he hooked up with once who lied about being on the pill. He threw her to the wolves to save his follower count. Donna became a pariah. I saw her one last time before she left campus to serve her suspension. She was loading her car. Her parents were there, a stark contrast to the rich girl image she projected. They looked tired, driving a beat-up Honda Odyssey. Her dad was yelling at her about insurance deductibles. Her mom was crying. Donna looked up and saw me watching from the balcony of the arts dorm. She didn't glare. She didn't scream. She just looked broken. The fire was gone. The entitlement was gone. She was just a girl who had made a series of catastrophic choices and was now paying the price in 4K resolution. I felt a pang of pity, but it was distant, like watching a sad movie. I wasn't the villain in her story, and she wasn't the victim in mine anymore. We were just strangers. 6 months later, I was sitting in the campus coffee shop, studying for finals. My GPA was a 4.0. I had a solid group of friends, people who cared about art and grades, not clout and VIP tables. My phone buzzed. A notification from Instagram. Donna_B has requested to follow you. I clicked on her profile out of curiosity. It was private now. The bio, which used to read Future Trophy Wife LA/NYC, now just read Healing. I hovered my thumb over the accept button for a second. I thought about the last life. The hospital bed. Her screaming at me as her body failed. The guilt that had eaten me alive for years. Then I thought about the peace I had now. The safety. The clean slate. I tapped delete. Then I blocked her. I took a sip of my latte, the warmth spreading through my chest. The sun was shining through the window, casting long shadows across the floor. It was a beautiful day to be alive, healthy and free. I turned back to my book and didn't look back.